station.
Attorneys who want to settle lawsuits over wolves told U.S. District Court Judge Donald Malloy a proposed agreement is a lasting solution to management problems. But groups against the settlement say the agreement is flawed, meaning hundreds of wolves will die. Dennis Bragg reports.
The sharply differing viewpoints came out today in a hearing originally scheduled to argue whether the wolves in the Northern Rockies should still be considered an experimental population needing federal protection. However, a proposed settlement announced last week between the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and some but not all of the conservation groups took center stage. As we've seen over the past several hearings, the dispute continues to draw the attention of sportsmen gathered outside the courthouse to vent their dissatisfaction with Malloy and the delays in getting wolf management resolved. At issue was a request for Malloy to indicate whether he's amenable to the settlement, which would partly resolve the appeal of his decision last summer, placing the wolves in Idaho and Montana back on the endangered species list. The federal government, states, and most of the conservation groups want to settle the dispute, allowing the states to conduct some limited hunting under close scientific review. But the other parties, including Alliance for the Wild Rockies and the Humane Society, disagree with that approach, saying the wildlife agencies want hunting now and science and process later. They asked Malloy to stick with his original decision and let the full appeal proceed.
In 2008, the judge found that wolf recovery was not there yet, that with 1,500 wolves there was not sufficient genetic exchange to delist them. The settlement agreement at this point would only make that situation worse, and so I think it is a step backward for wolf recovery on the ground.
The state looks at it as a golden opportunity to show that it can manage wolves responsibly, and that it's been looking for this for a long time to be able to manage them in concert with the other wildlife species in the state.
Malloy must also decide the outcome of the 2008 case, which disputes whether the wolves should still be considered as an experimental species. He told attorneys he'll try and decide both points as quickly as possible. In Missoula, Dennis Bragg reporting for Montana's news station.